Apparently, the subplot regarding the mutant monkeys and hashtag super crap in James Gunn's Superman is real. That's right. Confirmed by Nerdrotic. We have to talk about this, ladies and gentlemen. I gotta give you my opinion on why I feel that the biggest enemy of James Gunn's Superman is James Gunn himself. Now look, before I get started, I would like to address the Truth 31, or should I say the False 31, in his attempt to get me to debate him. We're going to do it, my man. The moment that I realize that I have a free day, I will let you know in advance which day that will be. Sorry, I don't have the opportunity to go live and talk for a whole hour every day like some other people out here. You know, I have to work. So when I get that day, I will let you know. Although I must say, I wonder what we're going to be debating about, because you have nothing on me. I guess we will talk about your lack of growth on this platform. Now look, before I get started, do your boy owe 3 major favors. Please hit that subscribe button. And after you hit that subscribe button, make sure you hit that notification bell, because YouTube absolutely sucks at notifying subscribers that content creators that upload the videos to their platform. Hitting that notification bell certainly helps. And don't forget to hit that like button to help me out with that algorithm, baby. Now let's get into today's news. This article is coming from CosmicBookNews.com. It is titled James Gunn Superman Leak Angers Fans, but jokes said to be something fantastic. I'm not going to get into what's fantastic about it. Let's just talk about the confirmation. Reactions are pouring in about the recent leaks surrounding James Gunn's Superman movie, and they aren't good. But are fans taking it out of context before even seeing the film? That is a fair question, but I do feel like many of us, we don't want to see no mutant monkeys in a Superman movie. You know what? Maybe the Truth 31 are one of those monkeys. That is why he's capping for James Gunn so damn hard. He has a role in the movie. Shout out to you, Truth. Glad you were able to make it off of YouTube. All right, let's go. The leak is now said to be legit, as YouTuber Nerdrotic posted on X that the info is true. According to the leak, quote, in the movie, Superman is frustrated by a social media backlash with the hashtag supercrap being mentioned several times as really getting under his skin. Meanwhile, in Lex's interdimensional world, hundreds of mutant monkeys are shown typing furiously at keyboards, flooding social media with a hate campaign against Superman. Why the reactions haven't been good is because F sounds like, that's what threw me off. It says because F sounds like, it's supposed to say because if it sounds like James Gunn. No, it's supposed to say because it sounds like James Gunn will be sending the message, just as he did with Creature Commandos. As you know, in Creature Commandos, they had the incel enemy up in there, you know, working with Cersei and stuff, and they was talking about how they represent that of the haters on the internet. I don't know. I didn't get that from it. I just watched the whole, show, and I didn't like what I was watching. I didn't get anything political out of it, but they feel that way. Now, let's talk about what's the problem here. Is James Gunn trying to remind people of the situation between he and Disney back in the day? Is he trying to remind people why he was fired? Look, if you are unaware as to what has occurred with James Gunn, let me get you up to speed. Back in the day, James Gunn, he put out some tweets. I believe it was something like 5,000 tweets or something. And he was joking about having sex with kids, essentially. It was like pedophilia, and Disney decided to fire him. Now, he found new life over at Warner Brothers, and he directed that of the Suicide Squad, the trash that it is. And then they had this whole campaign to rehire him at Marvel so he could complete his Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy, and he got that. As you know, because of James Gunn's skin color, he will always be able to get second and third and fourth chances, right? Now, is he trying to remind people of that? See, this is why the self-insertment of James Gunn is not right for the Superman film. He has himself everywhere. He's all over the sneak peek, well, the behind the scenes footage. He's all over every photo that you're seeing with him. He should be, behind closed doors a little bit, so people are not reminded of who he truly is. And I know a lot of folks feels like, look, that's not going to matter as long as Superman is good. I feel like the Bryan Singer film, X-Men First Class, as I recall, he did direct that. Let me see. X-Men, I believe it was First Class that he came back for. Was it First Class? I can't remember. It was one of them that he came back from. No, Matthew Vaughn directed First Class. I believe Bryan Singer came back for Days of the Future Past, as I recall. And I do feel like that film was held back by his reputation. Let me see. Yeah, Bryan Singer came back for Days of the Future Past, and that film went on to earn like $700 million, but it was fantastic. But I feel like his reputation did hinder the box office. You know what I'm saying? Now, it was a fantastic movie, but it should have did way more. It should have been $1 billion plus, in my honest opinion. So when it comes to James Gunn, he's putting crypto in there that's looking like his dog. We're only talking about James Gunn. His name is in the header of the film. And now he's reminding people of the situation that happened to him back in the days. It's almost as if he has a problem with cancel culture. But I do feel like, in a way, cancel culture, it needs to exist. That's right. Some people doesn't deserve a second chance, if you ask me. Now, others, yes. Some things are not as vicious and as not as damaging as one other, right? Now, when it comes to the DCU, James Gunn better hope that people isn't reminded about his past. Because if they are reminded about his past, in today's society, they would not show up for his film. They would not show up for his film. If everybody go to talking about this on Twitter again, Facebook, Instagram, Threads, and then all of a sudden Variety and all that start covering it again, it could very well be over for James Gunn's Superman before it ever gets started. So let's just hope that James Gunn's self-insertment doesn't sink the film.